Um, whoa, Jesus, sorry. Yeah, they must have. You know, obviously we'll watch it. I think it's a different outfit. They got some absolute studs on this defense. Obviously, their front is really solid. They get after the quarterback really well. They work together really well, and their front and the back end are working in unison right now. So we're gonna have our hands full and try not to. We only have one game of tape. So we gotta trust our base rules and be prepared for whatever they can throw at us.
Josh, when you after you watch the film and done all the breakdown, when you're done with that, do you reflect on the game the other night and just realize how many things had to go right for that to end up happening? Because a lot of stuff happened in that game to happen what happened.
Yeah, well, I think I've said it in some of these interviews before. Of sometimes you need the ball to bounce your way, and it did on Sunday night, and just fortunate enough we can come away with that with a win. Now, obviously, that has no bearing or impact on next week's game or this week's game, I should say, whatsoever. So we gotta wash it and forget about it, and put our best foot forward this week.
Josh, Joe on Monday was kind of lamenting some of the three and outs. And you look at the end result, 41 points, and certainly not that the offense is broken. But what were the team meetings like on Monday? Because he took a tone of you guys had a lot to clean up despite scoring 41 points.
100%. I've always kind of lived under the fact that the film is never as good as you think, and it's never as bad as you think. So yeah, there's a lot to clean up, a lot of things that I can do better and be better at, and there's a couple times where ball was in harm's way. I got to clean that up, but yeah, just making sure that each and every play that we have our plan, we have our answers, and we go out, try to execute to the best of our abilities. Yeah, I mean, I think it's one being around the guys, having a good week of practice, making sure that again we played a lot of plays on the offensive side of the ball, so making sure that we're getting our rehab work done and hitting the tubs and getting adequate sleep and recovery. So our focus is the next one, so that's where it's at.
Josh, there's been a few times when the quarterback sneak has been stopped. How confident are you still in that?
Very confident. I know sometimes at the goal line, defenses bring in some bigger personnel, and they gap down quite well. So we'll look at it, we'll learn from it, and we'll figure it out.
Kind of related, was talking to Joe Brady this week about 2-point conversions in general. They're down around the league, just like as a trend league-wide. Why are they so challenging? Like, what goes into that play that makes it so hard no matter what the call is?
Well, it's a tight field. When you're down there, obviously you get the inline as another defender. What teams are doing defensively down there and playing some zero and zero sloop and having zone eyes and passing things off, and it just gets real tight. So got to be good with ball placement, got to be good with concepts down there, and making sure that again we're practicing those plays and when it comes down to it, making sure that we're trying to, or we are converting on those. So I know we weren't good enough in that aspect this last game.
Josh, for the first three quarters, things were sort of slow to develop with Keon and for Josh Palmer. Certainly not the case in the fourth quarter. To get those two guys going the way they were in that final quarter, just what can that mean for this offense moving forward?
Yeah, it means a lot. Anytime that we can get the ball into our playmakers' hands, especially down the field, it's good things for us. So again, we got to keep working hard, keep finding ways to get the ball to them, and start faster.
Specifically on Keon, though, we all know about the work that he put in because he was unhappy about his season. Sean and Brandon sort of insinuated that he needed to be better. What have you seen since he's been back, and then how that manifested the other night?
I think just growth as not just as a player but as a person. Learning how to be a professional football player. I mean, he's in here as early as anybody, getting rehab and work done on his body, and doing all the little things right. So I think when you got guys that care about their job, do the little things right, they're there where they're supposed to be. Typically, good things happen, and that's just what you saw this game.
Josh, Sean had mentioned that this needs to be an improvement part of the week because there was a lot that he didn't like in the game that he would imagine you guys didn't like. But I guess how difficult is it kind of coming off of a game that there was so much excitement and it was a win? Feels like it'd be a lot easier to turn the page after a loss than it is after a win.
Um, Yes, and I mean, I just think it's hard sometimes for our guys. You know, we played I think almost 90 plays. It's a lot of stress on the body. So like I said, making sure guys are getting their rehab work done and doing everything they can to feel physically as best as they can come Sunday. And you know, playing a late game, and we had a Sunday at 1:00. It's been a while since we've had a 1:00 game on Sunday. So just making sure that our schedules are in routine and just again trusting the process. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I think we got a pretty good group in terms of where our focus is at.
Josh, could you sense the emphasis to make this a harder week here, even just on a Wednesday?
Yeah, I know. Coach talked about in the meeting room today, and you know, it's a tough sport. It's not for everybody. You got to be a little sick to love this game, and we got some sickos.
Josh, you guys have won so many games. Do you think Sean has become adept at making sure that you guys don't float to New York on a high off that game, like bringing you down after wins by making sure that that's not what resonates into the next week?
Maybe I think he trusts his leaders on this team to do that for him, though. So I think, you know, internally, you know, as players, we're making sure of that too. Yeah, I mean, I think it's been a learned thing over the last few years, and just understanding when and when not to press and when to, you know, just kind of calm the storm and ride the wave, if you will. So just knowing that, you know, in big moments, our defense, knowing that they're going to step up and make some plays for us, and then obviously when it's our turn, it's our job to make those plays, and just the confidence that I have in our guys. Yeah, interior pressure is by far, I think, the hardest thing for an offense and a quarterback especially. And you know, I know the edge guys get paid a lot, and they get after the quarterback a lot, but typically when you're able to step up into a clean pocket, you're living pretty good. Now when you're needing to step up and there's nowhere to step up because of interior pressure, that makes it really tough on us, and I think he's doing a great job of that, and you know, we're going to need more of that going forward. I think just the weight that his words carry, it just it means a lot when he says something. Guys respect him, guys trust him. Again, another guy that's just constantly doing the right thing. He's in the weight room, in the training room, in the tubs, watching film at the same time. Just, again, the small things that aren't small things, and people notice that. Hey, guys.
So just, if you could, talk about the other night, and that might have been one of the best games you played.
Yep.
So kind of tell us about it.
You know, when everybody said we lost, we won. You know, I was there. 5 minutes left, down 15. You know, fans leaving. Everybody said we lost, but we won. So, yeah, that's kind of in the rearview right now.
For you, was it hopefully a sign of things to come personally the way you played that game?
And hopefully, you know, but you know, gotta take it 1 week at a time, one day at a time, one play at a time, and hopefully.
I do put a lot of work in this offseason. I do every offseason, but just what was the feeling like to be able to penetrate, make those plays for you, and know that you made an impact in that game?
I mean, that's what you try to go into every game and do, you know, whether that's the case or not. But I mean, that's obviously the goal every game, you know. and to make those plays, it feels good. But that's the objective every game. I don't go into a game and say, I don't want to make any plays today. So, that's the objective every game. They rolled my way this past game, and I was happy it was me, for my own personal reasons. But it could have been anybody, and I'd have been just as happy. Yes, sir.
Do you feel like you picked up where you left off last season?
Yeah. Yeah, last season was a up and down season for me, but towards the end, I started putting it together. And I just think I just picked up right where I left off, honestly. Yep. Just I don't know. You never really could put your fingers on it, but I just started trending in the right direction towards the end of the year, and I just was looking to build on where I left off last year.
The Jets offensive line, they got a couple young kids that played really well, and they moved some things around
Right.
in the middle. What are you seeing in their offensive line?
I ain't really studied them too much as far as like in pass protection and things like that, but they do have two hellified running backs in number 20 and number 0. So I think they ran the ball 39 times this past game. So first thing first, got to knock that out, and then we worry about the pass and stuff like that. But as far as the inside guys, they were getting movement on guys, and they look pretty good.
And as much as you come away, this team comes away with a win.
Uh-huh.
Big one. How difficult is it to digest the number of yards this defense and points this defense gave up? I think even Sean's flat that has said it's not acceptable.
It is unacceptable. And it truly is. But as y'all saw towards the end, we start playing Bills defense, and we just got to build on that. And you can harp on the bad or you can harp on the good. I'd rather take the good and build on the good than focus on the bad. We was playing Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson, two guys that could have won the MVP last year by themselves. I mean, I know Josh won it, but those two guys could have won it. They had a fair shot at it too. So to say you just gonna stop those guys and take them out and they're not gonna do nothing, you'd be crazy to say that. So I mean, Lamar Jackson, a good quarterback in his own right. Derrick Henry running the best running backs in the game. I mean, what you can argue, maybe Saquon's better, maybe. So I mean, yeah, it's unacceptable. But I mean, the main thing is to win.
That being said, Sean was really emphasizing how this week collectively needs to be hard for you guys as a team.
Right.
Did you sense that out the gate here on the Wednesday?
Yeah, full pass on a Wednesday after a 60-minute game where we had to play all 60 minutes. Hey, it's a little challenging. It's trying mentally, to get yourself back right, and you still kind of hurting. I know a lot of guys on the team hurting, and still you put on the full pass and you go out there and you compete because that's who we are.
Sean and Bobby both mentioned how proud they are of you and the leader that you've become.
Right.
How have you, is it being more comfortable now that you've got 6 years in the league? How has that kind of evolved for you in terms of just making sure that you're asking questions and just trying to help them?
I really attest a lot of my maturity and just my growth to my kids. Not having kids and having to be the head of a household and a leader and trying to guide them, that's kind of then trickled over into football, and then I done become more patient and more, I guess, observers and paying attention to different things. And I really can attest just having kids, and I don't know what specifically they do, but they got a weird way of making you grow up real fast. So.
And I know Justin Fields and Lamar are not the same. Henry Brees Hall are not the same.
Right.
Back-to-back weeks with that dynamic of the running quarterback and the running back.
Right.
How, I don't want to say easier, but how does that help kind of blend one week into the other with the same type of attack?
I just think that gives us an opportunity to go out there, and it's not the same duo, but it goes out. It gives us another shot at it, and I think if we can take that and run with that, it just gives us another shot to play against that kind of dynamic duo type of deal. So.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.